Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Before we get into this, make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell so you know when we drop another video. And today we've got a pretty good one for you. It's going to be some TikToks about opening your third eye, a lot of spiritual things, you know what I'm saying, and get your body right, your vibrations going. So, you know what I'm saying, kick back and let's learn some stuff.
Stop getting this shit here. This got pork in it, bro. You wouldn't think so, though. Get this one instead, man. It's organic, healthy. This right here, close to rocket fuel. Don't get this. Get this one instead. Any kind of Jiffy got pork in it. Don't even get this. This water is acidic, bro. Get this one instead. I still don't recommend plastic. You know, I always recommend go to a natural spring, but get this one instead if you're in Walmart. This right here is diabetes. Don't even get this. Get this one instead, man.
Y'all did not even touch seedless watermelon, bro. Get the seeded one, bro. That's the healthiest one.
Diabetes. If you get any of these, you asking for cancer. Stop letting Walmart kill you, man. Peace.
It's a famous saying that goes like this: if you love somebody, let them go. And if they truly love you, they'll come back. And although that can be contradicting and backwards to somebody that's going through real hard trauma and heavy emotions, that's actually true. Because if you really love somebody, then you want the best for them, right? And sometimes the best for them is to not be with you. Sometimes the best for you is to not be with them. Especially when you're trying to unlock that crown chakra, you got to let go of all earthly attachments anyway. See, the greatest lesson I learned in life was to let go of all things that no longer serve me value. If it was meant to be, it'll come back. And when it come back, it's going to be pure. Ashe, hit that follow button.
Notice how this baby reacts to sound frequencies. That's because the sound board that they was using one of these solfeggio frequencies. But if you don't got a sound board, I got something for you. We got this spiritual meditation playlist with all the solfeggio frequencies in it. Link is in the bio. You can listen to these when you wake up, when you go to sleep, if you're trying to meditate, whatever the reason is, you trying to get a baby, whatever you need, link is in the bio. And you could cop one of these shirts too, link is in the bio. Go support my brother. And share this video to somebody to teach them about sound frequency. If you like...
Hey, you know, you want to hear something funny, and when I say this, you're probably going to think about it like, you know what, that's true. Excuse me, y'all. Have you noticed, like, I'm 40 something, but I can remember being just out playing or something, or even in the house, and I'd be able to hear bells going boom, boom, whether church bells or whatever. You don't even hear bells no more. Like, that's crazy. Could that be a frequency thing? I don't hear bells at all no more. Not even church bells. I don't know. Do you guys still hear church bells, or do you guys still hear bells ringing here and there? I don't.
Lock yourself into a mirror and just stare into your own eyes in the mirror. You are not looking at yourself. That is not you. That's an actual being on the other end of that world that's mimicking you. All right, and this is a powerful thing that must be known and must be understood completely. All right, that when you are looking into a mirror, you are looking at fallen entities that are mimicking you. All right, and the elites will never tell you that. The oppressors will never tell you that. This is why they got a mirror in every house, just like they got a goddamn TV in every house. They all go hand in hand. All right. Also, beings can enter into your home and into your aura field through your mirror. This is why anciently our ancestors, they wanted nothing to really do with mirrors. If you look at because we wasn't really never enslaved like that anyway. But the few of us that would get caught and go into slavery, we wasn't in no mirrors. We looking at the water. We want to see ourselves. We're going to look into a natural source, which is water. Water also gives you a reflection of yourself, as well as metal. These are things that we place here on the planet naturally. A mirror isn't a natural thing, all right? It's a holographic world designed to keep you trapped. When I say low vibration.
Hey, with the mirrors be kind of funny sometimes. Like, I don't know if you guys probably seen it, those videos going around where people are in front of the mirrors and they're putting towels over the mirror, but for some reason the mirror on the other side can read what you're doing or see what you're doing. Like, that I don't understand, because if you're covering up something, how can it see behind something that's covering it up? Some tricky stuff there.
That means you have fear, you have anxiety, depression, you just always mad, you want to fight, you in competition with other people, you just you hate yourself. All of that is a very low vibration. And then you have the higher vibration. You living your best life, you taking care of yourself, you eating healthy, you doing everything you can to keep your energy up so you can keep receiving all this information from the universe, keep receiving all this information from God. You manifesting everything. You got psychic abilities, you can control your dreams, you can astral travel, you can connect with your higher self. It's a million things you can do other than just going to church.
This is the key to the universe. What if I told you there's a way to manifest your deepest desires, and the key is stored within the Akashic Records? The Akashic Records are a cosmic library where everything that has happened in the past, is happening in the present, or will happen in the future, is stored. But it gets even deeper. These records are not just a repository of information. They are a powerful tool for manifestation. By tapping into these records, you can align your intentions with the universe's flow, unlocking the ability to manifest your dreams with precision and purpose. How does it work? When you access the Akashic Records through deep meditation, spiritual practices, or guided visualization, you gain insights into your soul's journey and its higher purpose. This clarity helps you understand the lessons you need to learn and the goals that resonate with your true self. With this knowledge, you can set intentions that are aligned with your soul's path, amplifying your manifestation power. It's like having a map that guides you to the right frequency, where your desires and the universe's energy intersect. Comment karmic for part 2 about what hinders your manifestation abilities.
The first 2 weeks, you're going to notice that your fear going to start going away. The fear is gone. So if you had like anxiety, you had to think before you do it. You had to think a lot, think deep, and come up with all these different movies and scenarios in your mind before you do something, or to approach somebody or a female, etc. That shit is gone. 30 days, you're going to start to feel spiritual experience, bro. You damn near having a spiritual awakening. If you do that shit for 30 days, it literally deprograms your brain. It brings you back to your natural alpha state. So you would go from this lowest vibrational part of yourself that think nothing but about women and all this shit. Now, not only can you attract women, you naturally attract. It's like law of attraction. You attract everything positive to your life. You're a more talkative person. You're not scared to talk to just women. You talk to anybody. Everybody around you glows. They start to become their truer self around you. They start to become happy. Females start to be more comfortable with you. It's like, bro, you're going to see more females for what they are. Very beautiful. And then you're going to see the ones that's like thottish for what they are. Terrible. Setup. Holding your nut changes the way you think. It brings you back into this alpha God, bro. I'm telling you. I have sun gazed. I have meditated. I have done all this shit. Nothing compared to what I feel now.
Every time you don't follow your intuition,
To my guys, how many of you tried that semen retention? Like a no nut November? Have you guys tried it? Do you guys feel a difference? Like I don't know. I'm about to try that. See if I feel a difference.
you will get fucked up, because your intuition is like your inner God talking to you. This is like your internal energetic compass, because the world around you is not real. We know this is a projection. So if you're getting that feeling not to do something, I would definitely recommend not to do it, fam. Your intuition is where discernment stems from. Discernment is when you listening to a motherfucker talking, you can hear that this man lying. You ain't even got to really listen. You just know that he lying. Or when you don't have to be around somebody, but you just know somebody cheated. Like, you just know they cheated. That's why we got to start getting more in tune with ourselves so you can start feeling the energetic frequencies around you. Start being a real empath in this world. Everything is energy. Everything happens spiritually before it happens physically. Your intuition is how you can even read people. So I would definitely get more in tune with that by meditating, grounding, and just being isolated from the crowd so you can tap more into yourself. It's really a God-given gift being in this world where it's easy to get lost. So definitely don't be fooled by the tricksters. Tap in with your intuition and then start seeing the world for what it really is. Stay grounded, stay protected, and peace.
Society has you programmed into believing that you're only a human who does not have any spiritual abilities. Within the divine intelligence within your body, you have spiritual abilities that correlate with the physical senses that you have. And within our society, we've been so brainwashed to never believe that these abilities are actually real. A common ability that most chosen ones experience is telepathy. If you break down the word telepathy, you will get telepathway. And this occurs when you are able to tap into the frequency brainwaves of another person. And this allows for a pathway between brains to be created. And within our ancient ancestors, telepathy was the main form of communication. Another powerful ability that often gets overlooked is claircognizance. This is a cognitive function within our brain that allows for us to receive knowledge without any prior information. We commonly refer to this as receiving a cosmic download. Through your crown chakra, you're able to connect with your higher self or ancestors.
Yeah, this high priestess, she says that.
Hey, have you guys ever had like a telepathy like situation? So I'm gonna give you a story. I was living in Las Vegas. I was in the kitchen cooking, and my kids were in the back of the house in their room. They were both in their separate rooms, or they might have been in the same room together watching a movie or doing something. My wife was in our room. I'm sitting there cooking, but I'm thinking in my head, kids, come eat. But I'm thinking this in my head. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm thinking it in my head. Kids, come eat. Not even 5 seconds later, my kids run down the hallway. Dad, did you say it's time to come eat? I was like, no, I didn't say it, but I was literally thinking it in my head. Come eat, and then they come running down. Both of them, whether they were together or separate, they both got that download and was like, oh, wait, is dad tell? Yeah, it was the craziest thing in the world. And then another instance where I seen what my daughter looked like before she was born. Like the exact features, her nose, her skin complexion, her face, her cheeks, even down to the outfit that I seen her in my dream. Somehow we ended up buying like the same outfit, or we ended up getting it from somebody or something like that. Same hairstyle, the same shoes, like down to a T. I had that in my dream, and she came out looking the exact same way. And for some mysterious reason, it was we ended up putting her in the same type of clothes. But yeah, the craziest thing ever. The craziest thing ever. Have you guys had like a situation like that? Let me know down in the comments.
Most spiritual people can lose their mind if they're not careful.
We want to be psychic so bad and type into these energies, we're opening ourselves up. And if you're not grounded or self-aware, you can really open yourself up to some shit that can put you in a realm that you can't get out of. Hence why we see certain people walking around here mumbling to themselves, having conversations with people that are not there. We deem them as crazy and homeless, but in all actuality, they done tapped into some shit that they can't come back from because they didn't have the grounding.
Yeah, they were black. The Anunnaki were black, but they weren't us. They had ceased being us a long, long time ago. And for those that know, they know. Anyhow, they came in and they caught us off guard. They came in the lower Kemet. And while the defenses were down, they took over. You know what I'm saying? This is just the reality. We got hit, took our first hit. And they did what they do. They did what they do best. They started to imitate us. They became pharaohs in that region. And for 400 years, they enslaved the African Hebrews that were in that region that had been contributing to Kemet with their sciences and their knowledge and their art. And they took these African Hebrews that were in Lower Kemet, what we now call Israel, and they marched a lot of them to Babylon. They marched them to Babylon, enslaved them, and forced them to divulge their knowledge, their science, their art, and they took that knowledge and they used it to genetically alter creatures, to some of the first, you know what I'm saying, genetic research was going on. They were creating humanoids. They wanted to live forever. They wanted to create vessels that they could transfer into and live forever. This is how crazy they were. And so, Tahaka in Upper Nubia, my bad, in Upper Nubia, forms an army of 150,000 Africans from 7 different nations. And they go on a warpath. They're taking out everything that is not African. Everything that can't grow an afro must go.
Damn.
Plus, they're coming to get the Hebrews. These are their brothers. Through blood. You understand me? So they begin to take these Assyrians, they begin to take them out. All the way up to what we call Lebanon. And when Tahaka gets up to this region, he realizes, damn, his troops start talking about seeing these giants, these hairy giants, half men, half beasts, that they're fighting up in these mountains, Assyria. Some 10 feet tall, smell so bad you can smell them downwind a half a mile away. He tells to who? To build a wall. You think the Great Wall of China was mighty? They built this wall knowing that this wall could block these beasts from ever entering the Holy Lands again. They would have to take the Arabian Desert. So the legend goes. This is why you're not supposed to cut the ether. It powers you up. This is ether. This connects you directly to the etheric grams along with your deoxyetheric acid. Remember, the Anunnaki, the council, back home talks to us through that sun. They send downloads through the sun. That's why if you stand in the sun, every 8 minutes you receive downloads to your genetics. That be the ancestors talking to you through electrical coding. And that electrical coding is going through the chromosphere of the sun. That's connected directly to your chromosomes inside of you. And when you step outside, your pineal gland is designed to channel the frequency of the sun. So you receive that right directly to your pineal gland. And if you have ether on your head, it triple charges up these direct electrical messages. Now when it comes to your pineal gland, if your shit closed, you can't get it. If your pineal gland closed, you can't get the messages. This is why it's called light code lockdown. This is why they made the TV with the little eye behind it that's firing that selenium at your pineal. And they put fluoride in your toothpaste to close your pineal. Because they know when you go outside, that sun is hitting that. That's metaphysics. They can't stop that connection.
The more hair you have, the better your ability to connect with your immediate environment. Like I said before, your hair is like antennas, and anything alive is producing magnetism of some kind. It's producing some type of holographic energy. And your hair it's like a radar. It allows you to connect with anything that is producing energy. When you cut your hair off, what happens? You basically isolate yourself from the whole world, and you just become numbed out. Humans were masters of the planet. They were supposed to be connected to everything, just like in the Avatar movie. They had a complete balance with their surroundings. But unfortunately, when you cut your hair off, that connection is harder to maintain. And what is the end result? You have humans living a cancerous lifestyle. They're beyond the natural order, and everything is just so messed up. So this video is just a quick breakdown on hair, basically. The more hair you have, the more power your nervous system will be able to generate. The more hair you have, the stronger your aura's ability to attract certain things to you. If you're looking for love, if you're looking for companionship, the best thing for you to do is to grow your hair long, to have a magnetic center on top of your head. When you shave your hair off, or the less energy you have up there, your hair, the less your ability to attract. You will need to know that your hair is living tissue. Your hair is meant to be respected.
Hey, do you think what you're saying, that's the reason why they say in the Bible you're not supposed to cut your hair bald, or you're supposed to leave the hair on your face? Do you think that's the reason why they said that? Because I look at the Bible as some of those things you can't believe, some of the things you probably can, but I think more of it as a metaphorically type of a metaphorical type of book. That's just me. It's just my opinion. You know, I think it's a controlling book, if I can say that. It's a controlling book. Yeah, and I just think everything is metaphorically in there. Like, you can't take it for face value. You got to, like, read in between the lines with that. You know, so let me know what you guys think.
You can literally get a piece of paper, write it down, put it around some crystals, light a candle, say it, let the candle burn down, and thus it shall be. Prosperity magic, basic 101. It'll never fail every time. Especially when you do it from a pure heart chakra, meaning, so you don't think about no money. Let's talk prosperity magic. You don't think about no money. You set out to do something with a pure intent. And the money's going to come to you for that because your intent was pure. For example, when you walk in your purpose, everybody know their purpose. Everybody know what they great at. Everybody know what they came to do, but then you don't want to do what you came to do because you let family and friends talk you out of what you are here to do. That would be light magic that you fell for. But the dark magic would be for you to actually walk your spiritual path, do your divine purpose. And if you don't know your divine purpose, you're supposed to meditate. Meditation is a form of dark magic. You're going into the darkness. You're going into the dark matter energy, which is the essence from which all came. Because the darkness is a combination of all colors. Remember that. Dark magic. They tell you, though, that dark magic is bad, and it's a bad thing. Black magic, dark magic is bad. That is light magic.
What do you guys think about that? Let me know down in the comments.
I don't connect with any spirits in this matrix. If my ancestors want to connect with me, they come to me in my dreams. I get synchronicities on a regular fucking basis. Bro, you get what I'm saying? That's why I say you got to come to a point where you remember your dreams so you can receive the messages and the blessings for this reality. A lot of y'all not dreaming. A lot of y'all probably smoke before you go to sleep. It kind of fuck with your dreams. They working very hard to stop you from dreaming. Everything happens in a dream, bro. I'm letting y'all know right now. If you're somebody that plan on wanting to start a channel, a YouTube, I tell everybody, and I preach this from the bottom of my heart. If you're having a spiritual awakening, it's important for you to start a channel, because you're not going to have people you can just talk to on a regular that understand you. You are an alien to these people. You are a different species now to these people. Even people that's gonna act woke, they'll be acting like they woke. They just using your energy. They ain't woke, my nigga. They not gonna stay with their spiritual journey. They not gonna change. So it's important for you to start venting like I'm doing. Imagine if I never came on here and vent. We won't have the chosen ones together right now. Some spiritual YouTubers be wanting you to shout them out and all. You don't ever have to. I don't need nothing from anybody. You can post my vids, you can repost my vids, you can say what I say. Bro, we all connected, my nigga. All this information is coming from within, which means you have the same information. You know everything that I know. Don't pay attention to my subscribers. Don't pay attention to my fans. Pay attention to my message. And what I tell you, a lot of people be thinking that I'm pushing fear. That's because you at a low fucking vibration. The shit that I'm talking about, the chosen ones that's been here since day one, nigga, that shit is baby shit to them. When you hear all this stuff, it's because your ego is not used to hearing this.
The True Name of God in TV shows, part
Facts.
3. In this one, they show you how they cover up his true name.
Just finding this out now? No one must know. Exodus.
On that document he just shredded was the Father's name, which was replaced with L-O-R-D in all caps in all the newer Bibles. It originally said his name, Yahuwah, which is represented by 4 Hebrew letters, Yod, Hey, Uah, Hey. Yahuwah. If you click on Lord in the Hebrew concordance, it'll take you to H3068, which is his name Yahuwah, which they removed 6,000 times from the Old Covenant alone. This is why we say hallelujah in church. It literally means praise Yahuwah or praise Yah. The Father's name is not Jehovah. In the Hebrew concordance for Hova, H1943, it means ruin and destruction. So this can't be his name if we're saying that the Father is ruin and destruction. And they also tell us that the Savior's name, Jesus, comes from Jehovah is salvation, Jesus, which is false because we know that this name is false. The Savior's true name is Yahusha, which means Yahuwah is our salvation. If you click on Jesus in the concordance, it'll take you to H3091. Yahusha, Yod, He, Uah, Shin, Ayin. He came in the Father's name. Yahuwah is the Father's name. The Son's name is Yahusha. They both have Yahu. Messiah said in John 5:43, I have come in my Father's name, and you have not received me. But if someone else comes in his own name, you will receive him. Who came in his own name? The false name, JC. If you click on Jesus in the concordance, it'll take you to root word etymology of Yahusha. It tells us it's a combination of the Father's name, Yahuwah, H3068, and the Hebrew word Yasha. So the Father's name, Yahuwah, and the Hebrew word Yasha, H3467, Yahusha, which means Yahuwah is salvation. Isaiah 43:11, I am Yahuwah, besides me there is no Savior. Letter J in the Hebrew never existed. The J is literally only 500 years old. The Father's name is also literally in our DNA. There are these sulfuric bridges that hold our DNA acids together. And the sequence is 10, 5, 6, 5 repeating. If you substitute Yod, He, Uah, He in the Hebrew Aleph Beit for numbers, you get 10, 5, 6, 5. Yahuwah. Yod, He, Uah, He. 10, 5, 6, 5. Don't believe me? Go fact check it. If you guys want a part 3 on this series, don't forget to like, follow, let me know in the comments if you want a part 3, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I got a question. You know how they say, I guess you're supposed to pray or follow Jesus or whatever the case may be. But it tells you, like, you're not supposed to, either follow or worship another man, right? Another man, period, right? But if Jesus is so-called real and walked this earth, yet and still people go to church. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, I'm wrong. But people go to church to worship this man, when we're told not to worship no other man at all. What I just think that he was sent here to show us that us ourselves, we're God, like we have the ability to do these things. So everything that he was able to do in these stories, whether it was healing, fixing broken bones, or whatever the case may be, we have that same power that he had. We also have it too. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but who knows? I just feel like I said, again, that book is metaphorically. You can't just take everything for face value and be like, oh yeah, this is it. Oh, whoop-de-whoop. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's metaphoric. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'm quite sure everybody they say every ethnicity, nationality, or whatever has pretty much the same story. Just different kind of characters. I'm just saying. It's like the more and more I hear, or the more and more I read or see or learn, it's like it doesn't drive me away from it, but it turns my thinking like away from what I was taught. Like, I can hear somebody say something, I'm like, you know what, that kind of makes sense for it to be explained that way, versus me going to get a Bible and reading it and saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, these were whoop-de-whooping, but then when I hear it explained a different way, it makes sense to me. I don't know. That book is something different.
Body is a holographic vessel, and at any given moment, you can find my state of health, my mood, anything that has to do with me can be found in a hologram in my body. We're going to focus on the holograms on your hands, and more specifically your fingertips. At all given times, my feelings, my attitude, my thoughts, my emotions, my health, my radiance, my aura is always being broadcasted by my fingertips. What happens when I touch somebody? I'm basically giving them everything. All my feelings, all my emotions, all my thoughts. If somebody is happy and touching you, that touch might actually boost you, might charge you. But if somebody is mocking you or cursing you and touching you, you need to be aware of the type of energy interchange you're receiving.
So you have a dielectric field and a magnetic field, and this is for the exact reason why we're electrical beings. These two fields going on at the same time is exactly how you get electricity. And now I know you've seen this symbol before, and this is why science keeps the truth from you, because if you started to understand exactly what you are, then you're going to understand how your energy works. And this is why you either attract people or you repel people. When you're living in this low vibrational state, it's a very low frequency, low vibration, and it's not creating enough pressure to create a complete field. Gotta be cautious about what I say now because I'm about to lose my account. Which is for the exact reason when you end up getting in a relationship, love activates more DNA coding sites, which basically increases your frequency. It increases your spiritual pressure, and that's why in cartoons, when they're powering up, they put the truth in these cartoons. That's why there's such things as energy vampires, when they're sucking out all your energy and using it for themselves. And this is the exact reason why you need to increase your own spiritual pressure. You essentially have two torus fields, and when you increase your vibrational frequency, so you know how the whole 144,000 go to heaven, it's the frequency. You increase your vibrational frequency, and it creates this field of protection. And that's where you're hearing the whole Kundalini energy, the serpent rising. And going back to what I was saying, like when you get in a relationship, you notice how all these other women start coming to you and start trying to talk to you, and it's because you're attracting them instead of repelling them. which is for the same reason why Dr. Joe Dispenza says you need to become the experience so that way you can attract it. And by you becoming what you're attracting, that is exactly the way the mind works. And that's how magnetism works. That's how the fields work. And we're all magnets. We're all magnets. We have both of these positive charges and these negative charges, but we need to understand it more so we can pretty much manifest and control our reality and do what we're here to do. But here in this system, we have a lot of people living in that root, that low vibrational chakra, that low vibrational energy. And that's why there's a lot of brainwashing. There's a lot of negativity. And this is such like a weird example, but your whole body is like a tripod. You have your mind, your body, and your soul. And your physical body is of this plane. Your mind is of the ether. And then you have your soul. And if you kick out one of the legs, the whole system collapses, and that's what the system does. It literally it commandeers your mind, it attacks your body with the food, and it fucks with your soul with whatever these things that are so beyond our comprehension that's fucking around us. This is the exact reason why I'm telling you we are electrical beings. This is why you got to look at the food you're eating. You don't want to be eating dead fucking nutrition. You don't want to be eating dead animals. I'm fucking telling you right now, you're being lied to. Oh, I went vegan and I failed. Look, I'm telling you, you need minerals and you need H3O2, which is found in fruit. You are a carbon being. Raw pure sugar is carbon.
Y'all want to know if you vibrating high? Sit outside and you're going to see this. Hi. Hi, beautiful. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Y'all see how I was talking to the bee? Everybody around me, my whole family, everybody think I'm nuts. But I don't care because I understand the connection to nature. I'm not fearful anymore. I think they're beautiful. And once you really, really go within and once you start connecting with source, then you can see the beauty in everything. Everything, even the things that they taught us to be uncomfortable with or scared of. Because remember, they keep us in a state of fear. They never taught us in school the true reason for a bee. Of course they taught us that they produce honey, but what else do? They never taught us about sound and healing frequencies. Wonder why? Now, if you would have told me about 3 to 4 years ago that I would be sitting here inviting bees to me, I would think you was nuts because I've always been scared of bees and wasps and things like that. But once you go on your spiritual journey and you understand the connection to everything, I am everything and everything is me, then you can really understand the importance of everything. Everything on this planet, everything on this earth has a role. Bees' role is to send love, healing frequencies through their vibrations. They vibrate at 500 hertz or up to 500 hertz with the queen bee vibrating the highest. What else vibrates at 500 hertz or in the 500 hertz range? Love. Love is at the 528 hertz range. So bees send love healing frequencies, and they can also sense your aura and your vibrations and your frequencies. And if they're too low, guess what? They'd rather unalive themselves and sting you than to be around your low frequency and low vibrational energy. So when I used to hear the saying, follow nature, now I can truly, truly understand what that means. Because if a bee would rather unalive themselves than to be around a negative or low vibration, shouldn't we be doing the same? Well, maybe not unaliving ourselves, but just separating ourselves from the low vibrational energies.
Right.
I think so. So let's start following nature, because nature tells us everything we need to know. And guess what? Bees don't come with a book. They're just following intuition, nature, go within. That's it. Love y'all.
See, and I said this before, like, you know, when you got bad energy, you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let that baggage go, because all it's gonna do is just wear and tear on you. Like I said, you know, we got our loved ones, our family, but all the time, family ain't for you. All the time, these friends ain't for you. Sometimes it's best to be with your immediate or by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's the best thing. You know, you get yourself right.
Why a lot of people are not manifesting what they want, because you don't understand how the universe works, okay? You don't chase your dreams. You attract your dreams. You don't chase a person. You attract a person. You don't catch a fish. You attract a fish. Nobody goes fishing and motherfucking chases the fish. You make the fish come to you. Okay? So this is how the universe works. You don't make your dreams and goals something that you chase. You prepare yourself to attract that to you. Okay? The motherfucking, nobody goes looking for the NFL. The NFL goes looking for the best player. All you gotta do is prepare yourself to make sure the NFL is ready to see you. Nobody goes looking for boxing. Nobody calls HBO and says, hey HBO, I'm a good ass boxer and you need to come look at me in my gym. No. You knock motherfuckers out, prepare yourself to be one of the best boxers in this decade, and HBO gonna call you. And so that being said, this is the way the universe works. And so people not manifesting their dreams because for one, psychologically, you chasing something when you don't realize that science is not to chase, that science is to attract. A lot of people can't find the ideal partner because they chasing and looking for some shit when all you gotta do is become the type of person that you see in that type of relationship, and you'll attract the type of person that see themselves in that type of relationship. So it's the universe is on the law of attraction. It's reactionary. It's not actionary.
Ashe, peace and wholeness, family. Now, a lot of people are not going to like what I'm about to say. And it's all because we have been deceived on a massive scale. Now, if you look into your Bible, Jesus would say, Satan, get behind me. A lot of your Christians will just overlook this in the Bible. Now, Satan will teach Jesus everything he knows. Now, let me break it down for you guys. In your Bible, Jesus Christ will go missing for a certain amount of years. And this is when he went to Egypt to get his knowledge from Satan. Now, Satan will come from the word Seth. And this is one of our ancestors. And they will demonize the ancestors, putting fire, weapons, and all this gory stuff around them. They use psychology. They knew that if they do this, it would scare you away and spook you out. And they would make you worship these deities they created. And they would make their angels look angelic and holy. Now, a lot of people would state that religion will keep you away from your true spirituality. Now, just think about this. The Christians say no cursing, no adultery, no committing sins. But in your church, they would curse out Satan. They would always say, I rebuke you, Satan. Stay away from me, you this evil person, blah, blah, blah. But in fact, this is the God of melanin. This is the God of darkness. He is one of the dark angels. They flipped everything around and made you go against your ancestors. Everything that they told you was evil is really good. It was all flipped around. So in order to gain true knowledge, you must tap into anything that they tell you is spooky. All this stuff belongs to you. You must begin to tap into the paranormal. It's nothing spooky about this. This is a heavenly realm with your ancestors. They would never put true knowledge in front of you. You must search for it. And in order to ascend in life, you must go through the darkness. You must go through the valley of the shadow of death. A lot of us have been lied to so much that we are scared of the truth. They would tell you that everything that is connected with darkness is evil. Even you, melanated gods and goddesses. Just think about it. The black cat is supposed to be evil. The black sheep of the family is supposed to be evil. They didn't want you going into the darkness. They flipped everything around and had you disrespecting your ancestors. But the dark angels are back now. And no, I'm not a Satanist. I'm not into religion. I am a God. And I respect all my ancestors. Maybe you should do the same. Peace and Ashe, family.
See, just like how he said, it's not really like me. I'm not a religious person. I'm not no Baptist. None of that. I just don't believe in the religion thing. I don't subscribe to that. If that makes sense. But yeah. See, like when someone like that explains stuff, see, it kind of makes sense. Then you go and look into it and do your own little research, and you know what I'm saying? It starts to make more sense to you. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
That Rat Meshach and Abednego wasn't in a fiery furnace, bro. They had to burn off things in their life to go to a new level.
You believe them stories in the Bible?
I'm giving you the allegory.
I'm saying, do you believe them?
Jonah was not in the belly of a whale. He was being swallowed up by his circumstances. Adam and Eve is not ADAM. The first atom was a light, ATOM. The prefix to darkness is evening, Eve. God took atom and evening, light and darkness, brought that together to make mankind. See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Daniel went in the lion's den.
Now that makes sense. Ain't nobody never make that shit make sense like that.
Daniel wasn't in the lion's den. He was facing many predators in his life.
And that's what I mean by metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? The way he just explained it is the way I was trying to explain. Like, it's a metaphorical book. Like, you can't take it for the face value. You got to read between the lines and understand what it's trying to explain. I don't know. That's just me.
Spiritual truths that you need to know if you are into spirituality. The sun upgrades your DNA. The moon strengthens your psychic abilities. The universe is always listening. Walking in the rain cleanses you aura. Trees absorb negative energy. Everything is connected. Magic really happens. Prayer works. Meditation works. Affirmations work. Inner Tune works. Download it by clicking our bio link now. Gratitude is a magnet that attracts blessings. May these truths illuminate your path to a life filled with magic and abundance.
That's why they say when you be happy for somebody else, good things happen to you. Yeah, because it's a high vibration. If you genuinely happy for somebody else, what vibration are you creating? A high vibration of happiness. See, it don't matter how you create the vibration. Anytime you're in that vibration of high energy, you can't do nothing but manifest high energy shit. It's when you're on a low energy that you manifest low energy shit. See, so if you really, this is why people motivation should motivate you. You should use people's situation as motivation. You see? Realize, like, that's my reflection. So if you speak good of me, good will be spoken of you because I am your reflection. There is no separation. The master separated us. The Abo oppressor did that. He made you think that I'm separate from you. Before he came, we knew there was no separation. That's why we praised ourselves and we praised each other. We knew that. Peace reflection. Hi, beautiful supreme beings out there. Peace reflection. I see you shining. See what I'm saying? Reflection, literally reflection. That's not just a word. Reflect. We reflect each other's energy.
Man, he be kicking some game, man, for real.
You would call nihilism. We are nihilists. So I used to think that was negative at first. A nihilist is a person that says, fuck the earth, let's destroy this shit. Well, at first I was thinking that was on the concept of the white man destroying the earth. But I understood that the Gnostics was nihilists, and this was another concept. The Gnostics said, while you are on the earth, you should reject. Now we're talking about a duality here. They say you should reject what the earth gives you in all forms and try to cultivate spirituality. It's a double-edged sword because you got to survive while you in the game. So we're not talking about going out with, like I always say, getting some sandals and a stick and a long robe and just walking around saying, I just deny myself of anything. We're not talking about that. We're talking about mental concepts now. See, this is more advanced now. It's more of a way, because even when you do that, you still on the physical. You just walking around looking like Moses and shit. Eating out of trash cans and shit. So we're talking about more of a mental, you understand, and a psychological spiritual manifestation. Whereas that that basically everything ain't about nothing. And it frees you up. I always talk about this. That's what the nihilism, what they're talking about here. As well as the apocalypse is not only a goal, it's our damn destiny. Because we understand that the apocalypse for us is the transformation out of the prison that is created on this physical earth to keep us in bondage. You understand where I'm coming from here? Keep us in bondage.
powerful spiritual element, but I know niggas who always misuse it. It brings abundance and high vibrations. When girls see you with them, then they just lose it. Carpet helps balance your chakras and circulates blood well. Deeper spiritual connection, balance emotions and keep you in tune, and it brings out the love, start the love without question. So it deflects all the negative energy, and it brings balance and insight and fortune. Helps fight diseases and protect your love life, and help you manifest, make it a norm. Zinc strengthens immune system, help with your hormones, improve intelligence and intuition. Iron, it keeps you grounded and bring you abundance. These metals I'm starting to dig. Magnesium helps with cell growth, it also lowers blood pressure, remove the fear from me. Diamonds are crystals, it helps mental clarity, helps with enlightenment, hope you is hearing me. These shit hold power, so when you wear them, take them. Please, don't be confused. Comment part 2 for part 2, tell me which one of them is your favorite to use.
Stained glass windows had a meaning. They were not just for the design. The ancients were far more advanced than we think. We must remember that everything is vibration. Each color in the window is a specific crystal gemstone, or glass painted with a specific color frequency. The sun would shine through this vibrational energy in the window and imprint this energy into your body. We are 80% water, and water is conscious. The energy from our surroundings and our words imprints the water in our body. By standing inside the building can have healing effects on your body. Each cathedral had an organ, and they're called organs because they healed your body's organs through sound, energy, and frequency. They never built square runes because the geometry of the cube traps energy. Geometry is the study of shapes and their energetic principles. The ancients used geometry in their structure of the buildings to increase the energy of the building, to have healing effects on your body. Religion.
How many of y'all knew that about water being conscious? I just learned that not too long ago. I'm not ashamed to say it. You never told to learn anything. But yeah, I thought that was kind of dope how you can talk to water or play a frequency or something, and it once you freeze it holds that word, that message, or that vibration, and man, it's the craziest thing. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. But you know, that's everything. Like the couple of videos earlier, everything has its own purpose. It's like everything is like everything is alive. Like I said, it's frequency, energy. Everything is alive. Everything. That's crazy. It's dope, but it's crazy as hell to think about.
Religions were made to hide the truth about yourself. Every religion has a sacred river. For the Egyptians, it's the River Nile. For Christianity, it's the Jordan River. This river is actually the canal which goes from the bottom of your spine to your third eye. Heaven and hell are complete mind states, which is the lower states of consciousness being hell and the higher states of consciousness being heaven. Now this could...
I don't mean to keep stopping it, but this right here, we're taught heaven and hell is a place. Oh, if you don't do right, you're going to go to hell. You're going to burn in hell. Oh, if you do right, you're going to go to heaven and get into the pearly gates. You know, see, to me, I feel like you are the church. Your body is the temple of the church. You are God. You know what I'm saying? You have God-like abilities. There's things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can't do. You just have to put yourself in that mindset to believe that you can do it. You know, like they said, the tongue is deadly, but it could be a good thing too. If you're speaking these things and putting these things into the universe, I'm quite sure is going to give it back to you. As long as you're giving out that right frequency, that right vibration, I'm quite sure you get it back. Probably 10 or even 100-fold. But it's all about that positivity.
Kundalini energy coils up the spine like DNA spirals, and there are 33 vertebrae on the back of your spine. This is why Jesus dies at 33. And also there's 33 levels of Freemasonry. This is the ascension process. This is the stairway to heaven, from physical matter to spirit. Now, even the Egyptians knew about this third eye called the pineal gland, and it is the seat of your consciousness. This body is a mortal body. Your consciousness is an eternal essence. You never actually die. Your pineal gland.
And I'll tell you, and I would tell any Christian this, I'd look him right in the eye and say, my friend, I know who you are. You're the Antichrist. There is no doubt in my mind that the Antichrist is Christianity. Because everything that the Lord Jesus Christ has instructed us to do, they have said don't do it. When he said, seek first the kingdom which is within you, oh, don't do that. Practice the single eye, oh, don't do that. You take away the key because you don't enter within yourself. Cast your net to the right side. Oh, don't do all of that stuff. That's all New Age. Everything. He said, don't pray to me. They say pray to him. He said, don't ask me for anything. They say ask him.
My point exactly. He says, don't pray to me, but yet and still, you could go to church and they tell you, oh, pray. But then you're contradicting things. Again, that's why I say the religion thing is not for me. The older I get, and I've never really went to church like that. My dad didn't go to church. I went to church maybe a couple times, but I never really had to go to church. I wasn't like, I didn't get dragged to church like some of you guys did every Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday for Bible study and all that. I didn't do all of that. I didn't do none of that. And to be honest, I can say I'm glad I didn't do it because I'll probably be messed up. You know, because you think about these churches nowadays, the churches ain't even teaching you nothing. You know, they're not giving you what they're supposed to be. They're not giving you. They're not telling you what you're supposed to be telling you. They're not teaching you what you're supposed to be teaching you. None of that. All they're worried about is that tax write-off and that money. But like I said, you know, you are the temple. You are the church. It's within you. It's not within Pastor Johnson. You know, you can hold church anywhere. Me and you talking right now is considered us holding church. But we don't have to physically go into a church where they're probably sinning more than what people are doing outside of church. But yet still they tell you, oh, you got to come to church. Oh, you have to pay your tithes. Oh, you have to do this. Oh, you have to do that. Oh, you got to pray to God or to Jesus. Yeah, okay. Okay. Quote unquote, Jesus was a man just like I was. He was a human being just like I was. But I'm told to pray to him for what? It's you have to change. You have to change that. All you doing is just making empty prayers because you're praying to someone that's not helping you. Because everything lies in you. You have to change it. You have to change your reality. You have to change your wage, your vibration, your frequency. You have to change all of that.
Everything that he has said for them to do, they have said don't do it, and yet they cover themselves in garbs and splash their name all over. Definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing. Everybody that has come into this room, the one thing I said is what Jesus Christ said. You call yourself a Christian, Jesus says, why do you call me Lord if you don't do what I tell you to do? And what he told you to do is practice the single eye, and your body will fill with light. In number 23:7, I hardly think that I even have to comment. Because look what it says. Right discrimination is not for him who cannot concentrate. Without concentration, there cannot be meditation. And he who cannot meditate must not expect peace. And without peace, how can anyone expect peace? That is written 6,000 years ago. And the same thing existed then, exists now. People cannot stay their minds still even for 5 seconds. And he said 6,000 years ago, he who cannot meditate cannot expect. Because you know why? There is no such thing as peace of mind. It doesn't exist. You can go You can go to the Bahamas and you can sip a little Mai Tai, or you can go down with the Wahinis or whatever you want to do. You can lay in the beach and you can sing Yellow Bird, and all of the things are coming by and everything is beautiful. Oh, isn't this a great vacation? Oh, I'm having the time. Oh, I'm so glad to get away from the rat race. I'm just going to sit here on my little beach chair and listen to the waves come rolling in. Tiny, whiny, whiny, boom, boom. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, I'm having such... And then as you lay and quietly you perceive the beauty of the ocean, he speaks. Did you remember that you had a meeting with so-and-so and you didn't send him the papers? Oh, jeez. All of a sudden, there's a hot thing comes up through your neck. Do you ever get back? Your mouth dries up. I forgot to send the paper. And the boss said if he didn't have that, you know, should I call? I'm afraid to call. You break into a sweat. You start pacing around the beach. Then he talks to you more. And so, what? You spent $5,000, you're in this beautiful hotel, you got all of this sand and all of this around you. One little forgot the word from in here and the whole thing. There's no thing as peace of mind. No such thing as peace. No such thing. When you walk out this door, go up those stairs, we'll be talking. You had a conversation with him all day. Never leaves you alone. It's like a radio. You got a movie camera in there, a movie projector playing 2 movies all day. Chaos and confusion. Chaos stops, here comes confusion. On it goes. Oh, double feature! Or every day double. Never stops. And so he says, he who cannot meditate must not expect peace. Because the objective of meditation is to raise yourself above the thoughts of the mind into the bliss that Carl Jung called the superconsciousness. Into the bliss that Buddha called nirvana. Into the bliss that Jesus calls the kingdom of God within you. When you take the human spirit and raise it up into the place where there is no thoughts, no stain of thought, it becomes the Holy Spirit. In virgin consciousness, Christ is born. And so, 23:7 says, he who cannot meditate must not expect peace. And without peace, how can anyone expect happiness? And Jesus Christ said in Luke 17:21, the kingdom is within you. Look at 23:8. As a ship is tossed at sea, as a ship at sea is tossed by the tempest, so the reason is carried away by the mind when preyed upon by the straying senses. It's a storm. It's a storm. And each one of you have come through. So many of you, your boat is rocking. Many of you, the boat is shifting back and forth. The storm, sometimes it seems like it'll never relent. And sometimes after you've come through a storm of the mind and everything seems to be getting down to order and you seem to be getting almost reasonable to live with, here comes another one. It's just like, did you ever see sometimes you're sitting and it's beautiful out and you're out in the backyard and then all of a sudden you smell this, it gets a little chilly like a cold, and then all of a sudden you look up and there in the west is this big black cloud, and off in the distance you hear, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to come. It's going to rain buckets on you, and the thunder's going to thunder, and the lightning's going to lightning. Think of that in your head. Did you ever know when you're starting to get into a bad mood, and you hear that thunder coming, get ready to sulk now. You just get nasty. Anything somebody says to you, oh yeah, yeah. All of a sudden you were a nice person a little while ago. Now what is this? What happened? How come you don't like nobody? What are you doing? Why are you acting like this? What happened? Boom, boom, boom. Inside, now the clouds are all over your head. You can't change that any more than you can change the storm that's coming from the west, because it's the same thing. And all you can do is wait till the storm passes by.
This lady just blew my mind with this video I'm about to play for y'all. I love her for making it. But when you watch it, you gotta keep these 3 things in mind. Look, number 1, religious people say that God is up above in the sky, right? Keep that in mind. Number 2, before religion came into play, every single civilization on our planet worshiped the sun as God. They wrote that the sun is the physical manifestation of God in this realm. Keep that in mind. Number 3, right now if you go look up images of Jesus, in most of the pictures, he's gonna have the sun in the background. Majority of the time, it's right behind his head.
Hey babies, I'm back with a quick one right now. Mama got some shit I need to do today, but I want to talk to y'all something about this Sunday. A lot of y'all dressing up, putting your wigs on and putting on your best Sunday outfits, and you're going into these houses of worship and you're worshiping God today. Called the Son of God. You know, there was a time they used to call us the people of the sun. Then they said we were sun worshipers back in the day. But we wasn't worshiping no sun. You done took the you, capped it off and put an O, and now you got us all worshiping your son. You know, back in the day they told us that the body was the temple. That's your church, and God live in you. But now they want you to worship some God outside yourself, living up in the sky, sitting on the throne with a bunch
I
of
just said that.
babies around it. Y'all seen them pictures?
I just said that.
God up there with all them babies with no clothes on, with no mama around. Makes you wonder. But let me ask you something, baby. Let me tell you, as long as you don't think God live in you and live outside you, they gonna harness all your spiritual power, baby. Them churches are harnessing sinners to pull all your energy in. And your pastors and your priests, they all went to them schools of theology, supposed to be. Well, who taught them about God? Did they look like them? Who wrote the curriculum about all these organized religions that they force-fed everybody? Got you bowing down to their symbols and their holidays, a lot of certain star systems and things. It's all spell work, baby. Do I believe the Bible? I believe there's a lot of truth in that book, but also some of us old girls know that book was used for a lot of spell casting, full of astrology and numerology with your 12s and your 3s and your 6s and your 7s. Mama gonna give you some breadcrumbs, but it's up for you babies to go ahead and do the homework. But I'm gonna ask you a question, all of y'all rocking your symbols of executions around your neck. Yeah, because when Jesus was hanging on that cross, they had a bow to the left of him and to the right of him. Both ways, they was killing people that way. Symbol of executions. Let me ask you something. They would have killed that boy by hanging him. Would you all be wearing nooses around your neck? Makes you wonder.
Man, shout out to Mama T. You gotta go check
Facts.
her page out. She has amazing content. You know Moses sent you.
Spirituality, nobody can teach it to you. You need to get the fundamentals of any books, any spiritual system. You can get the fundamentals and then look at inside of you and then determine how you are going to use the fundamental principles to improve your life. But nobody can tell you, you must pray every Friday, you must do this every Saturday, you must do that every Sunday. No. Because what is good for you is not necessarily what I need. You may need to go into yourself and meditate 100 times a day. And even the same person will not need it the same way all the time. You, in certain circumstances, you need to be meditating and finding all your forces, gathering all your forces continuously certain days. And then other days you may not even think about it. It doesn't mean you don't pray. Because everything you say, if you're living your own life, if you are who you are, and you know who you are, and you live working towards realizing your mission in life, every sound of it out of your mouth is a prayer. Every gesture you make is a prayer. Every dance you dance is a prayer. And when you make love with somebody, you are praying. If you know who you are, and this person knows who they are. That's right. That's right. There isn't anything that you do that is not a prayer. When you know who you are.
Man, they really on point, ain't they? Again, it's all you. Everything that you need, everything that you need is inside of you. You just have to dig down deep and pull it out and use it. Excuse me. You have to dig deep and pull it out and use it. You can't wait for nobody else to do it. Like I said, you can't go to church and pray and hope that someone's going to change it. You have to do it. You're him. You're him. You're her. It's nobody else. You have to do the work.
You ever think about where words come from? This is a magnetic field, and it's super, super dope that we can see it at this stage in our evolution. But before we could see it, we probably thought it was magic. So where did that net come from? That net came from ancient Egypt. The gods were called the netters, and they were masters of nature. They could control the forces of nature. That's why the gods taught you to master your mind. These gods in your mind taught you how to climb the Jed pillar, which when you reached the top, you became a Jedi. To become a Jedi, you had to master your base animalistic desires. This is where you get the caduceus, the chakras, and the serpent of Kundalini. To conquer these desires, you had to master the midbrain, which is Osiris. It's the most ancient part of the brain, the lizard brain. That's why he was green. On top of the Jed pillar is Horus, the falcon, and once he spreads his wings, you open up the access to your third eye, the Eye of Horus. This gives you the ability to see reality and ultimately control it. It's also where the pyramid and eye symbology comes from all over the world. Pretty cool.
Leo's got 7 chakras. You have 108 chakras. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is what? Plus 8 is what? 9. You're 9 ether beings. I could even break your cells down to 144 megawatts that comes from the cells. 144,000. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is what? 9. The Bible talking about you the whole time. You are the blueprint. You are the temple. You are the God, man. You are the Christ. It's all talking about you. It's all talking about your celestial bodies. The Son of God.
I was just saying this.
Walked on the water. If you go to the ocean, you will see the Son of God walking on the waters.
Metaphorically, that's what I mean. It wasn't he was literally walking on water, but metaphorically, the Son walks across the water. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to read between the lines.
Well, the Son of God was born in the winter solstice. The winter solstice was born in Virgo, the constellation Virgo. Virgo means virgin. If you look at the Virgo star constellation, they call it Mary. So the Son of God was born of Virgin Mary, or Virgo Mary. The Son, S-U-N, was born winter solstice under Virgo, Virgin Mary. It's all talking about the constellations, as above, so below. Even when you start getting into the cross, or Pleiades, Orion's belt, that's why it's called Biblios, Bible, Helios, holy. Biblios, Helios, a sun book. Helios, Hellenistic sun. Sun book. It's a map back to the stars, which is where you come from. That's why I don't knock the Bible. I believe a lot of it is allegorical. And I know there's a lot of corruption in it, but if you read it as a codex and you start reading it as in codes, it'll give you a whole different psychological aspect of it. And it is truly one of the many maps or blueprints back to the heavens. Maps and blueprints back to the heavens. Same thing with the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, the Vetkashita. I got all of them here. All of it. It's all roadmaps back to the heavens. Because everything in religion is talking about who you are and what makes up your body. Everything in religion is about you. Everything is about you. Christ being crucified, walking up to Golgotha. Golgotha is the Hebrew word for skull. The 12 disciples talking about the 12 cranium nerves that makes up your 12 melanated clusters in your head. Christ died at 33, talking about the 33-degree vertebrae, when the Kundalini energy rises from your sexual organs up all the way to the 33 by the ganglion nerve or the vagus nerves to be executed. All of this is talking about the travel of Christos, or what you call cerebrospinal fluid, moving and walking and bearing his cross and walking up to Golgotha to be hung from a cross at the 33-degree vertebrae. And then euphoria happens. Your brain.
So the past couple of videos, I've been telling you, man, it's you. Everything is you. Jesus, I'm not gonna say Jesus doesn't matter, but if that's what you're worried about, you might be going about it wrong. It's you. Everything is in you. You. Nothing, no one else. You have to put in the work. Again, you can't go to a church and pay a 10% tithe and hope to be blessed. You have to do it yourself. You are it. You know, it's simple. It's like simple arithmetic. It's like you're it. You're him. You're her. There's no way around it. You don't need a church to tell you. You don't need a church to control you. Just think about it, y'all. Look, man, I hope these things are opening your eyes, because they're opening my eyes. I hope they're giving you some type of like instrument to want to go and research and do some research about it. Like my wife went and got a couple of books. We got I don't have none in here, but we got a couple of books, you know, about meditation and things like that. You know, man, do y'all research, man, because it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world, and it's worth taking a look into. Because if you want peace with yourself, you got to work on it.
There are 7 planets which make all these frequencies happen. Those 7 which are aligned with your 7 chakras, and that's how you have a body, because you have 7 chakras. The color of the rainbow is in you. The bottom one's red, the top one's blue. Red shift, blue shift.
Red, blue, Democrat, Republican.
Red pill, blue pill. Roses, red, violets are blue. Red siren, blue siren. Red tap, blue tap.
How do we know that's real?
Because of the frequency. And they tell you the red chakra has 4 petals. The orange one above has 6. The yellow one has 10. The green heart chakra has 12. This one has 16. The third eye has 96. Top one, a violet, has 1,000. When you add all the 6 bottom ones, you come to 144. Thank you, Bible, Revelation 14. When you multiply with the 1,000-petaled lotus on the top, the crown, Kronos chakra, then you get 144,000, the magical number. It's in you.
Again, they tell you, oh, when he come back, he's going to only grab his 144. It's in you. It's always been you. It's always been me. It's never been anything different. We've just been, look, this for entertainment purposes only. We've just been controlled and brainwashed to forget about what and who we truly are. When we start to realize who we are, what we are, and the abilities that we have, man, will the world be a different place? I mean, just think about it. If we all were able to tap in to our root self and realize and understand that we control the outcome of everything that we do. Look, man, look, the world would be a different place. It would be a different place. Because everybody would be vibrating the right way. It would be no, I mean, it'd be negative still, because you with the dark, you gotta have light. With yin, you gotta have the yang. But with us being able to control that, oh man, something to think about.
It's in your chakras. So why has the bottom one got 4 petals, which is red, and why has the blue chakra got 16 petals? Because they're telling you it has a higher frequency. And if you get a blue laser as opposed to a red laser, which one is going to burn you more? Which one's more powerful, red or blue? Blue.
This 1775 Bible shows that March is actually the first month of the year, and Sunday, yes, you heard right, is the first day of the week. Take a look.
So this right here is the Bible from 1775 telling us at the time that we used to have 13 months. The first month of the year is March. Look at all the way to the end, guys. There's 13 months. 13 months. First day of the week, Sunday. Second day, Monday. Look at that. Seventh day or Sabbath, Saturday. This is the proof right here.
I've always been a curious soul, but not in the way you'd expect from scholars or historians. My explorations take place from the comfort of my own home, often late into the night, guided by the soft glow of my laptop screen. This is how I ended up watching a video by Mark Pyers on his channel Mark Inspires. What I discovered there sent me straight down a rabbit hole. Mark presented an old Bible from 1775, and it wasn't the antiquity of the book that caught my attention, it was the content. According to this Bible, the first month of the year is March, and each week begins on a Sunday. I paused the video. Sunday as the first day? March as the first month? That's not what any calendar I've ever hung on my wall.
How many of you guys ever heard about this? About it being the first day of the week being Sunday. I'm quite sure we heard about the 13 months. That's been going around. But like I said, everything is like a lie. Everything is like a lie. And it's crazy because the first day of the week on any calendar you could go look on your wall right now, the first one is going to be Sunday. But here we are, we've been thinking for so long, Monday, Tuesday, no, it's Sunday being the start of the week. And that's how we do it in my house. We'll rest on the Sabbath, Friday night, Saturday night, and we start doing our cleaning Sundays and all the other good stuff. We don't go to church, so we rest up. We make sure we got all our cooking and stuff done Friday day, and come Friday sundown, we observe our Sabbath. So I'm yeah, man. Like I said, I don't know for y'all, but this is like an awakening thing. Like, it's got my brain going right now.
Reveal about the world we think we know so well. Discovering that Sunday might actually be the starting point of the week necessitates a serious reconsideration of cultural and religious norms. It presents the startling idea that the day we traditionally dedicate to rest and religious observance could indeed be Saturday. Such a perspective carries weighty implications for contemporary religious customs, hinting that widespread practices might not align with this historical viewpoint. Astrologically, the impact of such a shift cannot be understated. Each day's energies are traditionally tied to a celestial body, which, according to astrological systems, can influence human affairs. Misalignment between our constructed week and this celestial ordering might disrupt the intended flow of cosmic energies into daily life. For adherents of astrology, this calls into question the very foundation of their practice, suggesting a need for a thorough reassessment of how days and their corresponding planetary energies are observed and honored. This raises the fundamental question: who was it that altered the configuration of our week, thereby altering the fabric of our
comes to you as actually more luck than a fucking ladybug landing on you. See, they got you thinking if a ladybug landing on you, that's luck. A ladybug landing on you is not nothing, but a ladybug landing on you. Facts. If a bee comes close to you, that's really good luck, because bees only vibrate at 550 hertz or better, which is the love frequency. This is the frequency of I'm saying love to give you a idea of what I'm talking about. I can't use no other words, so I'm going to say love, okay? And we know love is a good thing in the way y'all think about it, not in the love they teach you, which we know is a fucking fallen angel. But the true love that you think of, when you talk about like I love you, that you think you mean it, that type of love, okay? Bees vibrate at that frequency, which is the frequency of life on this planet, 550 hertz. So if a bee comes by you, he's only coming by you because he's attracted to your vibration. And you got to be vibrating high for a bee to come around your ass. He ain't going to come around you. So this is why a lot of times when people eat sweet food, bees come around them. And you think it's because you eat something sweet. Oh, bees attracted to sweet shit. No, they are not attracted to sweet shit. They be attracted to your vibration. All right? So for example, most times if you eat candy or ice cream or something sweet, your ass is happy. It increases. When you doing something that's pleasurable, your brain releases these chemicals, right? Serotonin and endorphins and all these other little chemicals that you experience as pleasure. All right. So when you eat something sweet, you like happy. So your brain is emitting that frequency. So when you talk about happy or you talk about peace, you're talking about once again a high frequency. That's why I told y'all to do whatever make you feel good. Whatever feels good is high frequency. So you eating something, now you're emitting high frequencies, right? So that bee gonna come over by you. You thinking he after your goddamn popsicle, so what you do? Because that's how I got stung when I was a kid. I thought the bee, one of my guys, I was eating a motherfucking Sunday strawberry shortcake. And the bee was coming by me. I was like, what the fuck? And I smacked at his ass and he stung me right here on the ear. And I thought, I'm like, oh, the bee was trying to get my sweet stuff, so he stung me. No, he was just attracted to how happy I was. I was emitting a high frequency vibration eating that goddamn strawberry sundae because I had one all day and mama bought me one. I was happy than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But when I swatted at him, I did what? I dropped in frequency because I went what? I got scared. So when the bee got by me, like most people, the bee get by you, what happened? You get scared. You don't understand the science of your realm that the bee is attracted to you means you are vibrating high right now. So when that bee come by you, what do? You get scared. What is fear? Root chakra. So you done went from your always vibrating high to me, you dropped in frequency to your lowest frequency because you scared of the bee. Fear. Now the bee knows the vibration of fear is a super low vibration. They gonna sting your bitch ass, nigga. Even if they gotta die. See what I'm saying? Because they know you're not right. They know fear is not a right vibration.
My God.
How many guys do that? I didn't know that. I mean, I seen it in the couple videos before what the lady was talking about attracting the bee and she wanted to be to her. But I never noticed that. I always figured it was because you had something sweet or they like something sweet. Like I said, you're never told to learn something. So yeah, that's interesting. So they vibrate at the love frequency, huh? So it's like 500 or more. 500, 528, 5 something like that or more. Okay.
Now what we not finna do is play with God's word. Now if God said he laid the earth on its foundations and put a firmament over us, then that's exactly what he did. See, in the Bible, God told Isaiah the difference between a ball and a circle. God knew exactly what wordplay he was using in the Bible to describe the earth. In the Bible, God also speaks about the four corners of the earth. A ball does not have corners, but a flat surface do. Now, when I say four corners of the earth, this is what I mean. The same way that man made a compass, a circle compass, and put north, east, south, and west, I'm speaking of exactly that. God also says in the Bible that he set a compass upon the face of the earth. Now, remember when I said that God made the earth as a compass? Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, the compass only recognizes north. North always points towards the center. Hint, the North Pole. Any other direction is only based off the direction of north. How could a compass point south on a globe if they are saying that south is downwards? East and west are curved lines that constantly readjust to align with north. So y'all question is, how come when I'm flying in a plane, I end up in the same place I came from? Well, that only happens with east and west. So if you say that you circled the whole world and ended up in the same place, that's because you were going east and west. But let me tell you something. Traveling south is a whole different ballgame. See, because south is any direction leaving the center. See, because if you begin to head south, you will reach the Antarctica ice wall. So traveling south, you will never end up back at the same place. See, because there's a reason they won't allow y'all to travel south and end up at the ice wall. Like, bruh, come on. Even the compass don't want you traveling south. That's why it always points back to
That's
north,
true.
telling you to turn around every time you start to travel south. Because if you decide to keep going and get past that ice wall, you will realize there is in fact a firmament over us, keeping anyone from leaving this earth. We couldn't be living in a globe if we wanted to. See, water has to be contained. They say that the earth is 71% water, so that by itself would be impossible. And I know y'all probably be wondering, where do rainbows come from? Now, scientists will tell you they self, to make a rainbow, you need water, light, and a mirror. See, when God said he created the firmament, he spreaded it out like a molten looking glass. See, them big rainbows that you see is proof that we live underneath the firmament. It's the sunlight reflecting off of the firmament to remind us of his promise to never flood the earth again. See, God said he set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. But scientists are saying that we are spinning and moving 1,040 miles per hour. And in 1927, we had no idea what the earth looked like, but created this picture. Now, all of a sudden, in 1997, they go see the earth and it looked exactly like that picture? No.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. So they just made up a picture, 1927. Hey, this is what we think the earth looks like. And then they go out there and then that's what it looks like. I guess.
Now, do y'all know who this man is? Probably not. But this is Richard E. Byrd. He was one of the first to discover Antarctica in 1928. See, he found evidence of the flat earth with the firmament over us. Even in his diaries and writings, he said it. See, he traveled all the way to the four corners of the earth. See, and when he found this discovery, what did our government do? They all went down to Antarctica 3 years later to claim a piece of it and to keep the truth hidden from us. That's why the Antarctica ice wall today is just like Area 51. Nobody could go there. Why is that? Are they hiding the truth? See, because that's what it seems like. Because that's what it is. See, and they just keep telling y'all all these lies and y'all just get brainwashed by it. They tell y'all they fly to the moon. See, because my question is, how you gonna fly to the moon when God said he made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night? Meaning that the moon and the sun ain't even solid objects. They're luminary. You can't just go up there and land on it. Like, come on, bro. Everybody know that landing was fake. The flag up there waving. You could see a shadow on the moon. Y'all talking about the stars is outer space. But in the videos and in the pictures, there's no stars in space. See, because y'all gonna have to do more than that to convince me. Because in Romans 3 and 4, God said, let Yah be the truth and every man a liar. But I know y'all gonna ask me, Anaya, how do sunsets work if the earth is flat? See, in Job 9 and 7, God says, who commands the sun and it does not rise? See, on y'all's globe earth, y'all believe that the sun is setting and rising, but in reality, it's all just about perspective. For example, have y'all ever heard of a vanishing point? See, because in reality, the sun and the moon are not setting and rising. They are rotating. See, because the farther that is getting away from us to rotate around the earth, it's seeming as if it's going down. And the closer that it's getting from making its way back around to us, it seems as if it's rising. It's all due to perspective from where we're at. Okay, so y'all like, yeah, nah, I mean, that sound good. But how do seasons work then? See, what I need y'all to know is that the sun and the moon are actually closer than what they are telling y'all. The sun and the moon are inside the firmament with us. See, electromagnetism actually perfectly explains how the sun and the moon rotates on Earth. See, the sun and the moon are not rock or gas. They're light sources. Now, these light sources are in the shape of a disc that rotate the Earth like a clock, but in a coil-like spiral, dictating the seasons and the climate as it goes. See, now when the sun is beyond the equator ring, the northern hemisphere experiences summer, and the southern hemisphere experiences winter. Inversely, when below the equator ring, the southern hemisphere will experience summer, and the northern hemisphere will experience winter. They got y'all thinking that there's life beyond the earth. There is no space. There is no other planets out there. God says he sits at the top of the firmament. Those planets that y'all are seeing in those telescopes, those are called wandering stars. All of these are light sources. They are not solid objects. Alright, Anais, so how does a solar eclipse work on a flat earth? And why can't we see stars during an eclipse of the sun and the moon? See, God says an eclipse is the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious days of the Lord. As so, see, a solar eclipse happens when the sun and the moon decides to rotate over each other. As so. Okay, so why can't we see stars during a solar eclipse? See, God says immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. So why can't you see stars during a solar eclipse? His word tells you everything you need to know. There is nothing outside the firmament that they know of because they can't get past the firmament. God tells us he placed water above the firmament. All these people didn't have the same vision for no reason. There was many times that they have snitched on themselves, saying that they never been outside the earth, saying that there's nowhere to go, saying that they never been to the moon for real. They even be putting the truth into the cartoons. They are steady trying to break the firmament. They trying to nuke the firmament, sending rockets up there to break the firmament. They trying everything in their power. And as a matter of fact, my next video, I'm going to be showing y'all videos of them really saying they ain't never been to the moon. I'm going to be showing y'all videos of them trying to nuke the firmament, them trying to send rockets to the firmament, and even putting hidden truth into these cartoons and movies. These people know exactly what they are doing. And they know exactly what the firmament is. I'm telling y'all, that's exactly the reason why we can't go to the Antarctica ice wall. You can't fly over it. You can't do nothing. They don't want you seeing nothing, knowing nothing. Because they know once we find out that there is an end to this earth, that we gonna know the Bible is the true history of this world. And I want y'all to know that there is no other planets outside of this firmament. When God said he created the earth, I'm pretty sure he would have said I created Saturn, Mars, Neptune, and Venus. He calls those wandering stars. And I want to tell y'all so bad what stars are, but y'all can just see it in the next video because I don't have time to actually explain it right now because I only have 10 minutes on TikTok. But when I tell y'all the truth about stars, it's going to blow y'all mind. See, because what I want y'all to know is back in the day in them old Bibles, before all the wordings was getting changed into their own interpretation, in 2 Samuel 11:11, it said that the earth was flat. But that was before they started changing everything, so people wouldn't know the truth. And that's why God said those who took away from his word and added to his word will be greatly punished. So the whole point to this video is, let Yah be the truth, and every man.
Crabs is the nasty.
Yeah, she was kicking some knowledge. Crabs, horrible. I don't eat none of that shit. Oh man, just thinking about it just making my stomach hurt. Man.
Nastiest thing you can put in your body. Crabs is like the roaches of the sea. They literally eat shit. They scavenge on dead animals that float to the bottom of the sea, so they like sea vultures. It's even parts of the crab that they tell you not to eat because how nasty this thing is. Everybody know what the dead man fingers is. Guts, hearts. So just remember, you are what you eat. It don't matter how they dress it up. It's still a shit eater. A bottom feeder. Go get you some fruits, man.
All I gotta get you to see, if I could just get you to see that nigga, them mountains is tree stumps. If you can really see that, the veil is broken, bro. Because from that point, you see everything. You see everything.
Evidence of branches and leaves laying next to a huge stump.
That looks like a big ass leaf, doesn't it?
Measured taller than the Empire State Building. I want to take you to the location now, and here we go. And the area that we are looking at is north central Madagascar. Right in this area here. There are more than one example of what look like to me ancient tree stumps with quite possibly large branches and large leaves in some cases, laying next to some of these very huge structures. This is one that I showed you guys yesterday. Measure this thing and you can look at the side view even. On Google Earth here, we'll go side to side. There's the stop. 4,000 foot on this side over here. Go across. A little taller on this side at about 4,150 feet. It's over 8 miles wide. Look at the miles. 8.45 miles. We could set the entire city of Nashville and all of its suburbs right there quite comfortably. If you go to the left, which would be about the 10, 11 o'clock position, all over in this area, you'll find what look like leaves and branches all over the ground. Here's an example of one here. There's many, many, many examples. This one here we're going to measure real quick. And I'll show you just to kind of put things in perspective how long that thing is compared to something that's very tall.
Do you think that he's reaching, or do you think that's a leaf? Do you think those are tree stumps?
Oh. So we'll measure from top to bottom. And we'll go in feet, 1,596 feet. That one branch is taller than the Empire State Building we showed in a video earlier, right there. I think it's the same exact branch that's on the ground, taller than the Empire State Building. And there's others. There's many others. So if you look around, you'll also find many more examples of these leaves, like right here, big, huge branches.
But when you really get to looking at the mountain, you be like, oh shit, that should do like a tree that got cut down. And then you start scanning back, looking at the whole mountain range, you be like, oh fuck, that's the tree they cut right there. That's disguised as mountains. Boy, that shit stand out clear as day when you notice that's a tree you're looking at. And then think about how tall the tree was. You're like, oh shit, hold on now. I'm looking for evidence about all this shit Rashad Jamal be talking about how we fell in frequency and this was our planet and we was giants and we was blue, red, and green and you did blah, 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 bleed. Look at this big ass tree. This was a tree right here. And it's gone. First off, why they cut it? What the fuck they cut it with? And what they do with the rest of the tree? That's where your mind gonna go. And then when you start looking at how spaced out they are from each other, and if they was that big, you can see the forest. Because see, if you look at it as a mountain, you'll see one mountain range right here. And then way in the backdrop, you'll see another mountain range. But let's look deeper. Imagine that mountain range you're looking at was a big ass tree. So if it was a big ass tree, once the branches gonna cover out far as fuck. A tall ass tree, them branches gonna go damn near to a whole other state, nigga. Right? So now that would make sense why the mountain ranges be so spaced out from each other. But if you think about how big the tree was, they really not that far from each other. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think about like, damn, okay, how tall was this tree? And that, even though that mountain range is 20 miles away, if this tree was that fucking tall and the branches went that far out, it wouldn't have been that far away from that mountain range that seems 20 miles away. Oh, so now I can see the forest. Now I can see the forest. This is the forest. Look at that mountain range. Look at that mountain range. Look how far that one is from that one. Look how far that one is from that one. Then you see, nigga, you can go state to state. You go state to state, you're like, oh shit, I see it now. I see it. Now do you know why? Now you can see why we told you. We said, hey, it was so many trees on your planet at one time, and the trees were so big that, nigga, literally you could walk up a tree and walk from California to Canada. Now I want you to think about that. The trees were so big that a squirrel or you, because the trees were still bigger than us. We was big as fuck though, but the trees were still bigger than us. You or a squirrel, nigga, could walk up that tree and walk just on the branches from California to Canada and never hit the ground. So that means you could walk on the branches from California and be in Canada without ever having to come down that tree. That's how big these trees were. And you can see that clear as day if you could just understand that those are tree stumps, not mountains. It's easy to see.
Alright guys, man, we reached the end of the video. I hope this video enlightened you some. It enlightened me. Man, hopefully this encourages you guys to look into yourself, you know, and get yourself right. Take the time to learn meditation, eating right. You know, these are things to look into, because like I said, it starts with you, nobody else. You don't got to go to church and do none of that. Everything that you need is inside of you. Everything you need to change and shape your reality is inside of you. Until we meet on the next video, make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, share this video if you know anybody that's just on a spiritual journey. And man, I just hope you guys vibrate high and look within yourself. Until the next one, see you guys later.